All right. Oh, we got camera, we got boom mic. Now we got third monitor arrived. I got my monitor stand coming in tomorrow. Can't really see that second camera too well. I got my chat set up. So coming up on the thing. Chat box should be on there, but I don't even know where to chat. Working all day on this. No. Okay. Alright. Just gonna play some games. Specifically, Flight Simulator. Mm-hmm. Oh. Gotta roll. Gotta roll, gotta roll, gotta roll. Okay, so we're rolling. If it's odd, we're in a 152. If it's even, we're in a 172. So let's go to our dice roller. Okay, here we go. It's even. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happened finally. No, I'm just kidding. After 2 videos. We're in a 152 today. That's cool. That is cool. Any, mini, miny, purple. Okay. No, I said I wanted parties. See, that's what's weird. Ramp 67, please. All right. Okay, I can see the chat up there now. Okay, now I don't want it to literally stay on there the whole time. So, I need to edit that? Oh. There it is. 15-second delay. I'm gonna go 30 seconds. For some reason, I don't know that I'll see it right away, but that's okay. I'm just gonna make that bigger. Oh no, I will. I got a whole screen right here. Okay. We're good. All right. I don't like how bright this light is over my head. You can see this pretty good. The panels, this stuff down here. We're in. Okay, 152's definitely got a nice, much easier setup. Do I have a 152 checklist? Yes, I have a 152 quick reference checklist right here. It's actually printed. I've got my 172 and I got my 152. So we're gonna go to the 152. We're just gonna do the startup. Don't need that. It's really quick. So passenger brief. Okay, seatbelts fastened for taxi takeoff landing. Shoulder harnesses fastened for takeoff landing. Seating positions adjusted and locked in place. We'd put our feet on top of the rudders and push the seat back. Air vents, all environmental factors. There are usually air vents up in the corners. On here, there's not so many. Fire extinguishers located back here. If the airplane's on fire, if I had a co-pilot, I would ask them to fly the plane while I put out the fire. Exit doors, emergency evacuation plan and kit. Traffic scanning, spotting, you know, we're just looking out for airplanes, point them out. Any questions? Any questions? No questions. Okay. Alright, so seatbelts ejected and locked. Fuel shutoff valve is set to on. Electrical equipment is off currently. Circuit breakers are all in. Down here. Brakes set and hold. Starting the engine with the mixture to be rich. We're going to open the throttle a ½ inch. You want our carb heat cold. Prime. We are going to do a prime. Let me see if this... No, that doesn't work for that. 2, 3 primes. Switch our beacon on. Master switch on. Propeller area. Clear prop. And ignition switch. What just happened? Why did that not start up? I'm super confused. I'm really confused. I'm not sure why my aircraft is not starting up. Carb heat's cold. I've got everything checked. Oh my gosh, the fuel. Ugh. The very first step. My goodness. Hey, at least we know the checklist works. So if there was anything that, you know, is going wrong, we can go back and just check our checklist to make sure we know what the heck we're doing. Holy cow. Alright. Throttle to 1,000 RPMs. We're going to check our oil pressure. Can I zoom in on my gauges? There's our oil pressure. Down right there. That is good. Carburetor heat and P-dot heat is off. Check. For taxi, avionics master, radio transponder on. Check. I will get this panel, this radio panel, soon. That'll be nice. Flaps are up and verified. Check. Okay, taxi, mixture, throttle, brake, steering, run-up, brake, stocks, mat, car, heat, engine. I'm just going through all these things because I don't need to know all this before takeoff. Before takeoff seats, the 152 is much more, it's much easier. Okay, we're going to rotate at 55. I'm sorry, we're going to rotate, call out rotate at 50. We're going to call out speed alive at 40 to 45. And our climb speed's going to be 55 to 67. Keep that checklist on the left-hand side there. Let's go ahead and get our ATIS Can't wait to get the radio knobs because I'll be able to just tune to it instead of using the ATC. It is live weather, so I do want the ATIS just in case there's some wind going on.
Falcon Airport information, Quebec 1900 Zulu. Wind tree 00 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 41. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.68. Visual runway 22 left and visual runway 22 right in use. Landing and departing runway 22 left and runway 22 right. DFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions.
Yeah.
Advise controller on initial...
Okay.
Falcon Ground Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot request taxi for touch and go with Quebec.
Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot taxi to and hold short...
Not sure how I feel about that purple.
Contact tower on 124.6 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 22 left using taxiway Alpha Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
I'm checking the rudders again. They're already getting squirrely on me. The rudder sensitivity 30-30. Okay, that's good. Just making sure when I first start out. It didn't save last time. I think we're good now. Yeah. All right. It's gonna be vexing because when I install my third monitor tomorrow, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to watch all my game stuff. I am moving at a really fast clip. You know what's wrong, guys? Guy, person, me, Eric, I'm talking to myself. You know what's wrong? It's 172, I'm used to this power, and now I'm giving this thing a bunch of throttle, and... oh my gosh. We gotta remember that we're flying a different aircraft today. Let's just go... This we were going. No. There we go. Let's go.
Falcon Tower Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot, ready at runway 22 left touch and go.
Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot, altimeter 29.68 when tree
Okay, for takeoff, so we're gonna get there.
Left touch and go
Drops
approved.
down.
Cleared for takeoff.
Got our
runway
pitch wheel.
22 left.
Left touch and go for...
Cleared for takeoff
or
runway
22
22
left.
left Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
Alright, here we go. Hit it, Sam. Okay, there's a little crosswind. That's why I almost just... yeah. Okay, we're gonna lift up. Little crosswind action. Okay, I've got my 60. Got my little glitch happening. Pitch up, flaps up. Oh my gosh. Crosswind. This one we can truly bring down to 2300 RPMs. Pitch for straight and level flight.
Cessna 53, Foxtrot wind 280 at 6. Cleared touch and go left traffic runway 22 left.
We're flying straight into the wind.
Cleared for touch and go runway 22 left Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
Okay. Bring our power back, keep our nose up. Okay, we're in the white, so we're gonna drop 10 degrees of flaps. Gosh, man, so I gotta be careful with this airspeed. Remember, we're flying a different plane here. It's 20 degrees of flaps. Bring the nose down a little bit. I'm losing some airspeed. Hey. Yep. Just when you think 30 degrees of flaps, we do have that crosswind, and I am gonna put some left rudder on this guy. Coming in. Straight and level flight. I'm messing with the rudder a lot, you guys. Oh my goodness, here we go. Crosswind. I'm going around. I'm going around. Oh, fly the airplane, damn it. I got this. Oh. Give me my airspeed. There's my airspeed. Flaps are up. Okay. Can I get my climb? Alright. It's okay, you know, I probably should have decided to go around a lot sooner when you're off the runway like that. You know, that was probably my second crosswind landing ever. And we're gonna try that again. Hey, I did not crash. That is the goal of playing these video games. Is not, for me anyway. For me. Some people, you know, they just play the game. I'm just not playing the game. I wanna be a real pilot one day. You guys are like, no way, man. Trust me, it will happen one day. I probably need to lower the sensitivity on the ailerons a little bit as well. And my elevator. You know, when you're in the air, what I've noticed, at least on my only flight that I've noticed, is that there's a lot of resistance when you're going faster. So the resistance should change with your airspeed. We're cruising. Just take a look at this aircraft. I mean, it's pretty nice. Let's get Yoke back in there. It is a two-seater. You know, you're gonna be really cramped on anything longer than a couple-hour flight with just two people. But, okay. Okay, I think I've got it set up. My mouse actually. Whenever I'm scrolling my mouse, my controls don't work. Like if I right-click, hold my mouse, it's kind of funky. Like I had straight and level flight, but when I moved my mouse away, it did that. There's all these little quirks.
Falcon Airport information. Quebec 190.
Alright, so we just did a go-around. For anyone who did not see that nonsense. And that means that there's a crosswind, and I was off the runway, and I was not going to land in the grass. You know. Just wasn't going to happen, man. Second level of flaps, got 20 degrees of flaps now. Much better on the approach here. Sink in a little fast. The people on the golf course are like, what is this guy doing? Or they're like, trying to tee off here, guys. Now we are experiencing some crosswind. This is kind of a hairy. Okay, 30 degrees of flaps. I'm gonna cut power. Float it, and then rudder. I wasn't expecting this on the first one. Oh my gosh, that was a lot better. Oh! My dear Lord. Okay, let's get one thing of flaps. Here we go. We have some aileron into the wind right now. Because our airplane almost, like, literally took off the runway on its own. Ay, look at my nonsense takeoff. I mean, I feel like I barely took off. I barely pushed back on the stick. Okay, we're good. Hey, we landed. You're damn right we landed. Okay, a little left rudder into our turn. Just a little bit. Whoa! See? And I have twitches. Like my leg twitches. You know, when you try to press something soft and it doesn't work out like that. Okay, this is clean. Okay, a little glitch, computer loading. Anyway, I got a Spectre 27-inch monitor today. Excited about that. No warm-ups today, by the way. That's probably why my first landing was... But in real life, do you get a warm-up? I don't think so. So there's something to be said about that. Okay, somehow, some way, we just hit a super good feeling cruising speed altitude right here. This is nice. Let's see if we can disconnect this. I really like what they've done with the graphics in this game.
Delta 5 tree, Foxtrot wind 280 at 6. Cleared touch and go left traffic runway 22 left.
Yep. We're going to do that.
Cleared for touch and go runway 22 left Cessna 5 tree Foxtrot.
We are going to get that in our 45-degree peripheral. Try for a cleaner approach. I think I'm going to be on. Maybe, playing this for a while tonight, maybe playing some other games. The only downside to playing other games is you gotta unhook all this, and it doesn't really take that long. It's no big deal. Okay, I cannot see the airport in my 45. We're gonna drop it down to 1700 RPMs. With that nose up, we're gonna put our first notch of flaps down and make our base leg. I got a really good piece of advice yesterday from somebody who watched one of my videos. When I was in the 172, I was having trouble staying in the pattern, and if I could have used my main flight display, which is the flight display on the right-hand side, it would have helped me a lot more. And as I began to think about that, it made sense. So thank you for that, and subscribing to my Twitch and YouTube channel. Okay, look at that. We're already, the turn is there, so we're going to do 20% flaps. And there's the 202. I love seeing the cars. Isn't that cool? Thank you guys for flying with me today, anybody who's watching. This is by far the most organized approach we've had so far. Now, let's not get too excited yet. Here's that crosswind coming into play right now. How many notches of flaps am I at? 20. I don't like that it doesn't indicate anywhere how many notches of flaps you have unless you're on an outside view. It's kind of strange. That's just how an airplane works, I guess. And we're keeping the nose pointed at the 22. Okay, so that crosswind I just experienced went away for a second. It's going to come back when I get closer to the ground, I'm sure. We're going to get 30 degrees of flaps coming in right now. Little jiggle. I'm going to get a glitch. I always get a glitch when I come in for a landing because it's right where the most important part of everything is, just the way it has to work. straight and level flight. I'm gonna let this thing sink. Okay. What do we think about that? Oh. See? And a glitch. Stop glitching. All these little jumps. Jumpy jumps. And I go all the way to the right side of the runway. The guy on the tower's like, is this guy drunk or what? You know, it's just windy on the takeoff. You know, I've got to really... Flaps up. I've got to really be careful. Gentle takeoff, because I guess if it's windy, it just wants to pick the aircraft up a lot faster. Yeah, that makes sense to me. That's a good explanation for that. I'm gonna find out what those little glitches are. Because I've watched other videos and it's happening with other people. And maybe it's just rendering? I mean, I don't need to see every little detail of the houses below me, but I don't know. It's not bad, honestly. It only blips for like a second. It's nothing crazy. Okay. You know, the sound just it's super real. I mean, they literally had to be inside a cockpit recording this stuff. I mean, that's what I love about this.
Cessna 53, Foxtrot wind 280 at 6. Cleared touch and go left traffic runway 22 left.
Yep, we'll do another
Clear
one.
touch and go runway 22 left, Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
Why don't we do this? 'Cause I'm feeling excited. Why don't we touch and go? Actually, can I cancel touch and go? No. Yeah. We'll do... I wanted to fly to another airport right down the road. We can do that, actually, right after this. We have that, you know, the reason I'm having to give it some right aileron is because we do have that wind. Air Force kid at 8,300 feet up there. Nice to see you. Doctor 20. Okay, we're gonna go 20 degrees of flaps. little more throttle through here because we're going to lose altitude right through this area. We always do. Again, we're coming in a little low. You're a little low, Coog. You're a little low. .30 degrees of flaps. Again, it is rather windy. No, I mean, it's a rather windy. It's 6 knots. That's still pretty decent. I mean, you can see it's pushing my aircraft a little bit in a different way. Stop glitching. Okay, thank you. Flaps up. When I do that right aileron, I was not coordinated. There we go. We're gonna go. Whoa! Oh, I forgot to straighten out my aileron before I took off. Oh boy. I almost scraped my wing on the ground. Okay, there's some things that that I'm remembering. Okay, so we're gonna go to Williams Gateway Airport. We're gonna fly south. And we're gonna land there. Maybe. All right. We're gonna do a touch of Goat Williams.
Gateway Tower Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot is 10 miles northwest 2,000 feet with Quebec touch and go.
Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot Gateway Tower. Altimeter 29er.69er wind 291 at 6. Make left traffic runway 30 right.
Make left traffic runway 30 right Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
Okay. Now, left traffic. You can see Williams Gateway in the distance right there. We're going to go around this side. And we're going to do left traffic to 30 right. 30 right's going to be on this side when we go around this way and circle back. And the reason why it's there again is because of the wind. Wind is coming in from the west, slightly northwest. We are at 2,300 feet. I'm going to pull back on our throttle a little bit. All right. We're chilling. All right, let's look at our checklist. Before takeoff, taking runway lined up, en route climb, cruise, descent. So with the Cessna 152, there's not a whole lot going on. I mean, mixture, carb heat, throttle, landing light. Okay, so I do need a landing light. I'll do the landing light. Carb heat, gas, undercarriage, mixture, best power, full rich, primer, seat belts, power, flaps, pitch, flaps, airspeed 60 to 65, crosswind landing approach, upwind aileron opposite rudder, at round out, wing low, touchdown, aileron correction, 60 knot airspeed for landing on that, normal landings, go around, so I did the go around correctly. Okay. Alright. We're going to enter the left downwind. I haven't looked, but I don't... You know, all the aircraft has idents above them, like Chico and El Codo. And I need to turn my mic volume down. Looks like it's clipping a little bit. Hello, check. There we go. Okay, turn this down a little bit. Right there. Check. A little better, maybe. Alright. We're cruising a little high, so we're going to start descending down to our pattern altitude, which is going to be 1,000 feet above the deck, maybe 2,300 feet. .30 right is, I'm pretty sure, the one that's all the way on the far right. Yeah, the flashing lights is the active runway, right? So... Whoa! Did not even move my joystick. And I'm being pushed like crazy. Holy cow. What's happening here? Some rough weather? Too fast? What's going on? Okay, we're gonna drop airspeed so we can get down. Turn into our leg. Trimming. Okay, so there is a 1-2 runway, so I'm actually lined up 30 and 1-2. So we are all set as far as direction. We're going to be coming back at 300 degrees for our approach. I used to work out here for Boeing. It is the longest runway in Arizona, and it's the only runway in Arizona where the Antonov can land. Can't even land at Sky Harbor. Fun fact. Okay, we're losing altitude. Because I'm at 20,000 instead of 2,300. I'm sorry, 2,000 RPMs on my attack versus 23. There we go. So now that we're cruising, we're actually... Okay. So we did let it drop a little bit. Again, the pattern is 1,000 feet.
Cessna 5 tree, Foxtrot 1 tree 40 at 7. Clear touch and go left traffic runway, tree 0 right.
Cleared for touch and go runway tree 0 right, Cessna 5 tree Foxtrot.
I'm going to start my turn now. We got a really long runway. And we're already pretty low, altitude-wise. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do 20 degrees. Man, I'm glitching a lot all of a sudden. Like, it's boom, boom, boom. Like, back to back to back. I do not like that. I'm telling my computer to do a lot. I can't see the runway because of my plane's wing. I need that left window tomorrow. I can't wait to get it. All these approaches are left bases and require me to look out my window to see where I'm going. And when I go like this or like this, that bar's in the way. And when your wing is down, though, you can't really see. So you got to come around to the heading. That's what you should be looking at. But it's lining up with it. That's the trick on your turn, and not undershooting it or overshooting it. Okay, we're gonna do 30 degrees of flaps. There's my glitch. Levy. So 1700 doesn't work here. Look at my airspeed. I'm like literally getting ready to stall. Going into this wind, I guess? This must be what it's like to stand still the entire time you're in the aircraft. Okay. Let's there we go. I mean, how soft do you want me to put it down? Softer? Yeah, we'll do it softer next time. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Come on, rudder and a little aileron. And we are airborne. Here's my 60. Oh, I'm sorry, my flaps are going up. I'm gonna climb out. Okay, that was probably the smoothest climb we've had. Very happy with that. All right. We're cruising. Okay, we're gonna do a full stop.
Gateway Tower Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot, 1,800 feet to land.
Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot, Gateway Tower. Altimeter 29.70, wind tree 40 at 7. Enter left traffic runway, tree 0 right.
Make left traffic runway, tree 0 right, Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
So we have the same coordinates. Hey, see, I can do this because I'm a small aircraft. Look at that. All right. We have our altitude, and again, it's a big airport, so it doesn't look like we should be turning, but we're gonna turn. literally harmonize with the engine.
Cessna 5 tree, Foxtrot wind tree
This
40
has a
at
really
7.
nice cruise
Clear to land
feeling.
runway tree 0 right.
Okay, clear to run, clear to
Clear to
land,
land,
runway 30 right, Cessna 53 Foxtrot. And too tight. Too tight. Okay, we're gonna go 30 degrees of flaps while keeping that nose down. We really need this power because that wind is kicking. Kicking, I tell ya. And when we hit the ground, we gotta cut it and make sure our ailerons are into the wind still. Okay.
Cessna 5 tree,
Whoa.
Foxtrot exit runway when able.
Alright, flaps are up. Well. That's a long... I said long runway.
Foxtrot, turn next taxiway.
I know. I know. Why are you telling me again? Croc 987, literally climbing 10,000 feet per second. I wonder what he is flying. Can I have one? A Bell 407. And then he disappeared. I need a taxiway, people. Here we go. Come on.
Cessna 5 tree, Foxtrot, turn next taxiway.
She's getting a little pushy. I already told you I didn't have a place to stop. What do you want from me?
Cessna 5 tree, Foxtrot, contact ground on 128.25.
Contact ground on decimal 8, 128.25. Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
128.25 Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
Gateway ground, Cessna 53 Foxtrot, requesting taxi to parking.
Gateway ground Cessna 2 Alpha 653.
Oh, I got it right!
Taxi to parking.
Alpha 653 Foxtrot taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha cross runway tree 0 center Alpha cross runway tree 0 left echo.
That's what I'm getting ready to do.
Taxiing to general
Aviation Parkway via taxiway A cross. Alpha cross runway 30.
left echo Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
Yeah. We just want to make sure that we do not have anybody taking off or landing while we cross the runway. Wait, the brakes on these don't work as well, that's for sure. I know general aviation parking is to the right, I think, but I think there's some parking over here too. That guy over there parking? Are you accepting parking? That's a fuel station. I'll go there, I guess. Looks like a fuel station. Now, the trees will crash me. And why they have trees on the runway, I do not know. On the ramp, I do not know. Okay. Shut up. Alright. Let's go ahead and put our parking brake on. Okay, we're going to do our shutdown checklist. I'm going to turn our avionics master off, beacon, we didn't have any of those on. Make sure our flaps are up, pitch trim is set to land, pull carb heat. And we shut off our battery and alternator. Okay. The electronics are winding down. We're all finished. Boy, that was exciting. Let's keep getting better. I'll be back. Probably going to be playing a different game. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you guys.